Welcome into Tennessee Titans today. I am Tom Downey. A preview and injury news. Some major stuff, by the way, on tap for today's show. We begin with the positive news. Treylon Burks on his way back for Tennessee, designated to return from injured reserve on Wednesday. That opens a 21-day practice window in which Burks can practice, get up to speed, get reps in, get fully into game shape again, which is different than being in shape, as we remember from the the preseason drama for Burks. Although good things said by Mike Vrabel, not counting in the meantime against the 53-man roster. And the sooner Burks comes back, the better, because it's in dire straits right now at receiver. Cody Hollister, Chris Conley, Nick Westbrook-Akina, Robert Woods not getting the job done, whether it's Malik Willis or it is Ryan Tannehill at QB. Burks was this team's first-round pick. The whole point of him in round one was to make a major impact and make this offense not feel the loss of A.J. Brown as bad. And it is being felt pretty significantly, despite Tennessee having their easy path to the AFC South. The Titans need Burks back as soon as possible without rushing him back. You don't want to make him get injured again. I don't know if Burks will play this week. That might be a little too quick of a turnaround, but I'll leave the door open here. Do you think Treylon Burks will play this week? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comments section. And while you're down there, make sure you guys are subscribed. We have half the subs of our Broncos channel, despite the fact Tennessee is a much better football team this year. So make sure you guys are subscribed. That way you don't miss out on any Titans-related stuff we do here. Hit that red button or the black and white if you're on the new version of YouTube, and make sure those noties are set to all. Major Titans injury news now here. Let's begin with Ryan Tannehill. I'm basing this mostly on the Wednesday practice report, the Thursday one, not out officially as of filming. Tannehill limited, promising sign that he will make his return this week. Limited is better, of course, than a DNP, which is where we're at for Jeffery, Simmons, Amani Hooker, Bud Dupree, and Zach Cunningham. Simmons is in a boot. We know that, Vrabel doesn't share injury info very often. Those are the troubling ones to see if they'll be able to go this week for Tennessee. Tart is an illness. He did not participate, but I'm not worried about that there. Brewer, Kristian Fulton, David Long, Dontrell, Hilliard were all limited in general. And, of course, it ebbs and flows based on the individual circumstances. If you are limited on Wednesday, I think you're going to end up playing. Now, maybe Tannehill's the exception. If you did not participate on Wednesday, I put you in as questionable. And then if you don't go Thursday, that's when things start to get a little bit doubtful. Denver, meanwhile, also nicked up. Justin Simmons, Baron Browning, the kind of emerging outside edge rusher for Denver. Cam Fleming did not participate. So Simmons and Browning are the ones to watch there. Everyone else was limited. Of note, Kwan Williams was actually a full participant. So both teams are a bit nicked up right now. We'll know more about Tennessee later Thursday, Friday, Saturday about those injuries. Hopefully they end up being okay, though. I want you guys to predict the score of Titans versus Broncos in the comments section. I got Tennessee winning. I'll go by a full touchdown, but I want to hear your exact score predictions. If the ad happens to come here on YouTube, take advantage of it. While the ad is playing, head down there and let me know what you think the score of Titans versus Broncos will end up being. Let's talk some keys to victory here. Number one, protect Ryan Tannehill or Malik Willis if Willis ends up being the guy. Big gap in the play of Malik Willis under pressure versus not under pressure, but he's young. Tannehill is much better under pressure than Malik Willis is, but I still have my concerns about this Titans offensive line, namely the left side. Aaron Brewer, Dennis Daly. Brewer is actually fine as a run blocker. NPF has shown some promise there. The Tannehill numbers have not been great, although, as we'll get into, Tennessee kind of figured out the offense a little bit more. It's give the ball to Derrick Henry. Works out pretty well. But money downs, third downs, when you got to make a play with your arm, you need a bit more there out of Tannehill, who was maybe in the last year of his deal in Tennessee. There's an out after the season. But this is the type of game you need to win. And with Tannehill still banged up, you really want to make life easy on him. Now, your play-action boot stuff might not be as doable if that ankle is not even 90-80% at this point. You need Tannehill healthy, not just for November, but more importantly, December, January, potentially into February. You can't jeopardize him getting hurt again hopefully they avoid the hits on Denver with Randy Gregory still out for Denver and others, gives them a chance. Today's Titans Today is made possible by Established Titles. That's a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in more common English vernacular. Title packs you can purchase give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. They plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profile. It makes a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people who purchase a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance max. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or a Lady, we can build our own little Titans Today kingdom. It makes an amazing last-minute gift. And Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now. Discounts up to 80%. Plus, if you use code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get those gifts now and support the channel. I'll make sure that link, by the way, and the promo code are in the comment section and the description of today's video. Key to the game, number 2, don't let Russ cook, which, by the way, he's done a good job of not letting himself cook so far this year. It's been pretty bad from that standpoint. The Titans, and this is kind of a wild stat, are 13-4 with at least one pass since 2021. That's 8th best in the NFL. If you can get the takeaway of Russ, really helps your chances of winning football games. I'll also make note, Denver maybe started to figure some things out against Jacksonville, but this coaching staff has been terrible. And Russell Wilson's numbers, I am still not convinced that Wilson and Geno Smith didn't do some weird face swaps, and it's actually Geno Smith quarterbacking Denver, and Seattle has Russ because Geno's been a top 10 QB, and Russ has been doo-doo. It's not the normal Russ. It's not the same, borderline MVP candidate who's always stepped up. That's not what's been going on for Denver and Russell Wilson. At this point for the Broncos, we have officially reached the, if you tell me a story, I will believe it. For example, a Denver reporter tweeted out that the special teams coach said that the Broncos had a flag on or delay of game on special teams kickoff because a player was eating a hot dog on the sideline. And everyone believed it. 20 minutes later, he goes, that was actually a joke. It was tongue-in-cheek. But we all believed it because that's how bad Nathaniel Hackett and his staff has been in Denver. So who you got in this game? DEN for the Denver Broncos, TEN for the Tennessee Titans. I'm Ryan with the Titans, but I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Final key to the game. This makes sense, right? The king will have to carry. Now, he's the king, I'm the Lord, so you know how the tier breaking works there. But Derrick Henry has been, I think, the best back in the NFL this year. In the passing game, with Malik Willis having to sub in a rough spot and not being ready yet, has not been good. Titans have 6 touchdown passes this year, tied for fewest in the NFL, and the Broncos have a fantastic pass defense. They've allowed 4 passing scores this year. That is the lowest amount in the NFL. It's a strength versus a weakness. So you feed Derrick Henry. Again, you give him all of the load, and he quite literally carries you to a win over the Denver Broncos. It will probably be a bit of an ugly, lower-scoring affair. But Derrick Henry's stats this year, but overall, almost to 1,000 yards. That's cool. How about the past 5 games? Shit's nutty, man. 129 carries, 678 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's 135.6 yards per game. He's averaging 5.25 yards per carry. Even when opposing teams know with Malik Willis in the football game, it's going to be a handoff to Henry, they couldn't stop him. That is how dominant he has been. And some credit to the Titans' run-blocking offensive line. I like him a lot better as a run-blocking crew than do as a pass-blocking crew. King Henry leads the NFL again in rushing yards. He's over Nick Chubb, over Saquon Barkley. He does trail Nick Chubb in rushing touchdowns. Kind of crazy that Jamal Williams is second. No one would guess that. But Derrick Henry has been the king once again. So what do you guys think? Will Derrick Henry run for 100-plus yards? 22, his number for yes. or just 1 for no. You can make those predictions for me in the comments section. Let me know if you think Henry is going to get to that figure. And this is the end of today's video. So if you made it to the end, thank you. We appreciate that for watching the entire show. Give us a like and type tighten up so producer Nick can show you some love in the comments section.